start with episode 68 of Superstar Spotlight. That's right, I said it. 68 fucking episodes. We're ending the year with 70. And I'm very much so looking forward to this one. But before I bring the guests in, I gotta bring up my sponsors, some of the great homies, the great people out in the wrestling world. I'm talking Ian30, the homie who makes my intros, my outros. He does some of the edits. He does ICW hype packages. Hit Ian up for a cool hype package today. We also got the Skittle Squad. Shout out little Skittle doing the damn thing in his Discord every damn week. Literally, that kid is on the grind everywhere he can go. We also got Pookie wrestlers outside the Canadian region. Shout out Pookie for making all these great Pookie-fied wrestling talent designs just like this one right here. You'll probably see this in sticker form sometime soon. We also got the motherfucking Bocce Boys. Shout out my man Hammer and the crew. Get a shirt, get a patch, get a sticker. I got a flag right behind me. They got it all over there on thebotchyboys.com. And last but not least, one of my good friends, Beat-Up Photos. Shout out Becca for doing her damn thing. Get a cool photographer to do some pretty cool photographer things. And my guest is someone who I consider a very, very good friend of mine. Someone who gave me my first opportunity in the wrestling business, getting to ring announce for his company in Omaha, Nebraska. And ever since then, I've been it's led me here, honestly, doing a podcast, ring announcing, commentating all over these random places. This is one of my also personal favorite monstery characters. I'm talking about the last Prince of the Deathmatch, hailing from Cutter's Alley. It's the Carver! Carver, how are you doing on this lovely evening, my friend?
I'm good, Dewey. Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
What a great intro. Oh my god.
I know. Listen, I feel like that's why you picked me for the job that day.
Breaking news: Carver can talk. Crazy.
I know, right? This is like the singles conversation. Like everyone hears, but I hear a human inside the Carver.
This is the JR Mankind. Sit down.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, it's the humble hot dog talking to the big scary monster one-on-one. I feel like a lot of people have been waiting for the Carver to do something like this.
This is the one and done. Honestly, I did only one other quote unquote podcast, and I didn't even talk. That was with that was with Kazarni or Zimbodi. Way back, but I didn't even do any talking in it.
Well, I feel honored to then be the Carver's first and possibly last podcast.
Probably, honestly.
Well then, Carver, I'm ready to dive deep into some of these questions if you are.
Let's do it again. You said a lot of questions.
I did, yeah. I told you that. You were very, very shocked. And I don't blame you. We haven't heard from you in a long time. And a fan-submitted question. We'll kick it off right here, Carver. Any plans for a comeback in 2026?
I've been thinking about it a lot, actually. I've been asked about it a lot. And I'd like to announce, actually, for the first time on your podcast, 2026, I'm not coming back.
Oh, damn!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Teased me.
Teased, yeah. No, I'm done. I am done. My time is coming on. My body is just I can't do it no more, and also I don't have the fire like I used to. You know, it's just not there anymore. I gotta enjoy the wrestling I gotta do. I gotta live a great life and make some great memories, but unless something amazing came that I just couldn't pass up, that like I don't know what that would even be. Like, I don't know what someone would even offer me to make me be like, you know what, I'll come back to do one match. You know, it's just, yeah, my regular life is a lot more fulfilling at the moment.
Oh, yeah. And I'll say, as being close friends with you, I totally get you on that. You told me everything. Yeah. You're doing a lot better out of the ring, honestly, not beating your body up, doing the thing, making the monies outside in the real world.
Exactly. And I say with all the time and effort I had put into wrestling, put into something else, it's like, oh my goodness, the other stuff just blows up way easier.
Yep, I getcha. Well, Carver, we're still gonna dive into these wrestling questions here. I gotta know, and so do the fans. What made you want to become a professional wrestler? And any
Mm.
memory of your first match?
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, uh, I've been into wrestling since I was, I want to say 10. 10. Um, Funny enough, the things that got me into wrestling was Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, um, guys like that. During their feud on SmackDown, um, I was Rey Mysterio was like the original guy that I really was into. Um, and then it kind of just snowballed from there, where I went to my first indie show at like 11, maybe 12, and I was like, oh, I can do this. There's a possibility, which then led me into going and doing seminars at 13, in Omaha. My parents would drive me, bless their hearts, all the way there, sign the waivers, and I'd go train. Uh, I do remember my first match. I was 17, 16, 17,
Oh my goodness.
in Milo, Iowa, for a company that's no longer around called Adrenaline Pro Wrestling. It was against the promoter himself. His name was Jeremy Jacobs. Uh, awesome dude. He literally told me, he goes, you've trained enough. It's like the only thing you're going to do now, learn, is being fed to the wolves. So let's just put you out there. And he just put on a mask and a little stupid outfit to cover up him to do the match with me. So because he would wrestle as Jeremy Jacobs, but he did a character called was it the masked wild and crazy guy. It was just a Saturday Night Live spoof. It was
I
fun. It was
love
funny.
that.
You could probably find it on YouTube still. I was so green, but it was a great time. Got me into it.
Now, I was gonna say, was there a Carver before? Or was there a?
There was a Carver before. Honestly, it's not a big secret. Some people don't dive, so they don't know. But obviously, I've wrestled for over 13, 13 years, and for the first 8, I was a completely different person. You can look him up. You can look up that guy. He did some awesome stuff too. But
I believe the name was Maury Motor, if I'm
more,
correct.
no, that was that manager guy. But
Oh.
good guy. He drive me places.
Yeah, I've had a couple conversations with him. Good guy. I'm trying to get him on the podcast. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
You actually have to pay him. That's
Hey, I will do anything to get the Maury Motor on here. He's a wrestling legend. But Carver, you talk about the past gimmick, then you bring into this Carver gimmick, and that'll bring me to this question, because when Carver came to be, that's when you started doing the death matches, the hardcore. I gotta know what made you start doing death matches, and any memory of your first death match.
yeah. It's actually pretty. It's weird how things work out. Uh, Again, for the first 8 years, I was so enthralled in just wrestling. Um, I had no real aspirations to do death matches. While I respected it, and I had guys that would do it, and again, like I was on shows for majority of my career with Marcus Crane, and like he was like the deathmatch guy. It was him, a guy named Bogot, those guys, and Donnie Pepper Cricket, or better known as Brandon Juarez.
Yes, I love me some Donnie Pepper Cricket.
Love Donnie, or Brandon Juarez, whichever character he's going by. But those were like the guys that would do death matches around here, do hardcore. If you look it up, Bo was Brian Gott. He was in, I think, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but he was in one of the original Prince of the Death matches. He did.
I think he was in the first one. If my brain is correct, he was the one. He was in the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing that. Donnie did some tag matches in IWA. It was him and another guy versus what was it? The Bloody Brothers,
Oh,
uh,
hell yeah.
Ian Rotten and Insane Lane, and obviously Marcus doesn't need any explanation. It's
Marcus is Marcus.
Marcus Crane,
We love us
death
some Marcus.
deathmatch legend. Um, but I broke in during the Ring of Honor Strong Style time and pure wrestling, blah blah blah. Became the Carver, and the Carver was literally, funny enough, was just to do a booking. I had just moved back to Iowa. I was living in South Carolina. I was pretty much winding down. I was done. I was just gonna do local stuff back then. Then there was a lucha show, and they were like, "Yeah, if you got a mask, come do it." And I'd already been thinking about doing a mask character for years, but never did it because I was like, "Oh, I want to focus on me." So I put a character together, and then literally that show, everyone's like, "What's this?" And I was like, "I don't know, but apparently I got something here." So,
Yeah.
so I went and made the character bigger. I had no plans to do death matches for a little bit because as soon as I did the character, everyone's like, "Well, you're going to be doing death matches." I go, "I know people expect that. I don't want that to be the expected thing." But eventually, kind of progressed, and I was doing hardcore here and there. I was doing kind of gimmicky things, and then finally, uh, it was JC Rotten um, for Trainwreck, for Pro Wrestling Trainwreck. Uh, I want to say it was Ludar.
Ludark Shaitan.
Yeah, she couldn't come. Her something happened, and she couldn't come from Mexico. And JC hit me up, was like, "Hey man, I want to put you in uh, Southern Sickness." And I was like, "Okay, I've been thinking about it." Um, and he says, "Whatever you're comfortable with, we'll do that." Blah blah blah. And at the time, I was fine with a lot of things. The things I just didn't feel comfortable at the time was light tubes and things like that. Um, and so then my first quote unquote death match, it was a swing for the fences derby. It was against a man that is no longer in the business,
Does not exist anymore.
does not exist anymore. He was really popular back then. Um,
Hold on, I'm cage matching this line. Keep talking,
yeah.
just so I know which reaction to give.
He has been canceled. Um,
Oh. Oh, damn! Damn. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Continue.
You can look it up. You can probably find it. It's a very good match. Um, but literally, we're gonna do the match, and I was like, you know what? I just need to get over this. I need to not be a bitch. And I told him, I was like, hey, there's that bundle of light tubes. He goes, yeah. I was like, do you just want to suicide dive and just smash him into me with the suicide dive? And he's like, sure. Because I was like, I don't have a control in that. So he did it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And then from there, it kind of was it just snowballed, and it was a fun match. It was a good match, and then that was the thing that kind of got the ball rolling with the death matches.
It says it, yeah, literally right after that match on Cage Match, and that'll bring me this question, Carver. And speaking of Pro Wrestling Trainwreck, which was the sister promotion to this company, I gotta know, Carver, any wild stories from IWA Mid South Prince of the Death Match 2021?
God, has it really been that long? Oh my goodness.
Literally, it's about to be in 3 days the 5-year anniversary
That's wild.
of you winning Prince of the Death Match.
literally
The
going from,
last Prince of the Death
yeah,
match.
literally going from having like my first death match straight into doing a full tournament. It was literally being baptized in blood, like that's, baptized in fire. Um, yeah, no, it's funny. I had wrestled for Mid South before. There's clips out there before I was Carver. Um, and then Prince was coming up, and Ian put out online, "Hey, who do you want to see do Prince?" And people were tagging me uh, with my regular Facebook, and Ian goes, "Oh, I already asked him. He turned it down." And I was like, "What?" And so I messaged JC. I was like, "Your dad never asked me. What the hell is this?" And he goes, "Oh, well, Dad, Ian, he's blind. Uh,
Yeah?
he he can't read that well. He thought people were tagging Marcus Mathers, and he was gonna confuse his name with my name." And I go, "Okay, that makes sense." And then immediately was followed up with, "Do you want to do it?" And I go, "You know what? Let's do it." And literally got thrown in right there. Like, cool, you're in. And I wasn't expecting to go and win it. Again, in all reality, I was expecting go out first round, stuff like that, because I was just like, there's other people I felt and maybe, you know, could have used it or done more at the time. But I guess I was at the time pretty hot. I was getting hot in the scene. And so I was starting to roll. And so Ian said, "No, I'm gonna put this kid over." Um, and that's where the whole Prince kind of took off. The funnest thing of the story, the crazy story maybe, is during Prince finals was me versus Jack Griffin.
Jack Griffin, yeah, the skateboarding guy.
Yeah. Very proud of that match. Some people was telling me right afterwards, like Insane Lane and guys like that, was like, that was the best Prince to Death match ever in the whole history. And I go, that's big praise. But when it was happening, the tournament was progressing. Uh, Funny story that happened, and some people remember this, but there was a match with Lord Crew. Shout out to Lord Crew. He's amazing. I mean, that guy should be everywhere just by his look alone. He was in the first round. I want to say it was the first.
Against another canceled name.
Yeah. And Lord Crew did not win. And I remember the whole crowd was stood up and chanting at Ian Rotten, telling him that he fucked up. That, like, that Lord Crew should have been the one that went on.
I don't blame them. I'm not gonna lie.
And I wish he did, because I would have loved to have wrestled Crew in the second round. Would have loved it.
Oh yeah, especially over
Yeah.
the other name.
The other
But
guy.
also, you got to wrestle Remington Roar in the first round. That had to be fun. We love us some Remington Roar in this house.
Me and Rem had a handful of matches. I always loved Rem. Him always had pretty good chemistry. Um, yeah, like he understood the story I was trying to tell and progressing throughout the tournament, and he was all for it. So I always appreciated that. But yeah, then finally it came down to the last match with me and Jack, and those tournaments people don't realize is once you get down to like the finals and like the closer the show is ending, the less time you have to actually put anything together. And literally they were setting up, and while they were setting up, Jack was like doing something and we were talking, and I just said, what do you want to do? Like, what stuff do you want to get in? And the only thing I had pitched was the finish of what I thought was going to be a great finish. So we started talking, and then they were like playing our music, and I mean, he might deny it. I don't know. Maybe he's a little embarrassed, but like he was like, we haven't called anything. I don't know anything. And I literally told him, I was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And for people who don't know, I pretty much called that entire match out there to him from start to finish. Like I
Good
was calling
God.
everything. That whole match, I was just calling it on the fly. Now, obviously, he's good. The guy was awesome, and so like you know, people don't sometimes do well at listening and going with the flow, but he did, and yeah. And then obviously the finish was kind of it goes viral every year at least. Someone shares it and or posts it, and it just blows up.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the one. Isn't it you like double stopping him into a pool or something
It's
with the
the
light tubes?
it's the curb stomp on the skateboard with the light tube.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know why I thought pool, but
yeah,
that's pretty
no,
crazy.
yeah. That's always blows up once a year at least. It gets you know that might be my legacy is the curb stomp, the barbed wired light tube skateboard.
Hell yeah. Well, Carver, I gotta know. What are some of your deathmatch no-nos? What are some spots you didn't like taking? Some weapons you weren't too fond of?
Um, oh my goodness.
Everyone's always got a list.
Everyone got the list, and it's funny is the longer I went on, I think it's probably for every deathmatch. The longer you go on, you kind of start like those no-nos come less and less, and then there hits a peak where then it turns into then more come along because you're just like, no to those, none of that. Um, my no-nos. Oh my goodness. Um, I didn't really, obvious for obvious reasons, do fire. I did obviously fireworks and stuff like that, the poppers and stuff. Um, but obviously, razor wire was always a no
Oh
no.
yeah, everyone's got that one. Unless your name is Lane Bloody. But that's all him.
No razor wire. Um, no pigeon spikes. Obviously, like these are I think like
Oh yeah.
obvious ones because like a lot of guys learned from the people that did them once and was told again, pigeon spikes because of Marcus, razor boards or razor blades, razor wire because of Lane, pencils because of
Oh yeah. Nobody
Mondo.
wants pencils.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things I didn't want to take. Um, there wasn't much I wasn't willing to take. I think. Um, I know it could have been hard. It could have been there. Probably could have been more on the list if I wasn't wearing the mask. But a lot of people, I didn't take any. God, one that I would never take, even with the mask. People are wild for doing it. As these the Kenzans are those the
Oh yeah, no Kensins are yikes.
I would never. But like I never had to take gussets to the forehead or skewers. Um, Stuff like that. I mean, I took some skewers, I think, to like, the arms once
Oh yeah.
back, but like obviously because the mask it never really came up, which I can say I was very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, that'll lead me into this one too, Carver. What was the most unique fan brought weapon that you've ever interacted with? Whether you got hit with it, you just saw it in the back and went, "What the hell is that thing?"
oh man, that's so hard because people would make some wild weapons. Um, there was some where it's just like, I mean, you've heard it a billion times already, but like fans will make weapons where it's like, we get it, it's a death match, but
But we ain't trying to kill each other
or
now.
yeah, like why are you trying to see legitimate murder? Um,
Oh yeah.
like you see like the baseball bats with the scissors, uh, spliced out and taped, so it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
and we're like, well, what are we supposed to do with that? Other like you want us to swing at each other, but like we're not gonna do that. Um, everyone had the one of the fun ones. It wasn't even like dangerous or hurtful, but like in the original match I had for Southern Sickness was the mop. The mop with CDs tied to
Oh my god!
every single mop strand. So it's just this giant thing of CDs. It just got hit with that, and
Oh,
it stung and it hurt, but it wasn't like pain. you know, um,
that's crazy.
yeah,
The legacy of Moppy and Perry Saturn live on.
it did. I'm trying to think if there's anything too gnarly. Again, people would do some, put weapons out that were just a little too, but nothing I can think off the top of my head.
Well, that'll then bring me to this one, Carver. What about some of your favorite deathmatch weapons that you use? Whether you like using it on opponents or you like getting hit with it for some reason.
Well, I had Maxine. That was my go-to, my axe, uh, which I think someone has now.
I'll be right back. Keep talking.
I keep talking.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, I think I had a lot of weapons that I enjoyed. Oh, there she is. There she is. You have like two memorabilias of mine that are like pretty because I only had so many masks, and so you have one of the masks, and you have the Maxine, the OG
The
axe.
original.
Yeah.
This was used in, I believe, this was like your whole career right here.
Yep. That was.
Was.
Yeah. I don't think I ever replaced it. Yeah. No, that is the one and only axe I ever had. Yeah.
One of my prized, and your mask, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Two of my biggest prized possessions in my little collection that I
Yeah.
have.
I think my favorite weapon, which again was in the origin, two of my favorite things. I enjoyed the fireworks. I enjoyed the poppers, the both using them and taking them. Because in the original, when I lost Southern Sickness, yeah, I got hit with not a popper bat, but it was a popper jug. I've never seen anyone use it since. It's never. I don't think it's ever been done since. I could be wrong, but you know, you always see the big water jugs with the bats or the sticks taped to them.
Yeah!
So we had 3 popper bats, and then we had planned for the finish because I wanted it again with the character to almost be like when the police shoot the monster at the end. And I was like, what if you hit me with the popper jug? Because this water jug was completely taped with all. It was covered in the explosives, and I was like, I'll take the poppers, and then I'll see how I feel about it, and then we'll change the finish if we have to. But I was fine with it, and so the guy he swung it for the finish, hit me in the back, and it hurt so bad because even though I was wearing that shirt, the thermal, there was so many poppers on that thing, and you had to swing it so hard for them to go off.
Oh,
That
yeah.
they hit me with it. It went off. It broke the stick that it was connecting the jug to. It just snapped it in half, and it dropped me. Chondo recorded it. Actually, there's a clip of it. I posted it in slow mo, but you hit it. It's just boom, big flash of white comes back in. You just see me drop, and I fall, and he just starts beating me with it. It it was so strong that it actually burned and ripped through my shirt and took little chunks of skin out from my back because it
I was
just
gonna say, that could only be like the plastic burning, too.
yeah, and so it blew through my shirt. It took out, so I had some like chunks of skin and purple and it's on my back that night. And then we had the show the next day, but I was like, I again that very thing where I was like, I gotta show that I'm not just gonna pussyfoot my first death match to
Yeah.
a degree. But I think the popper bat is probably my favorite. Poppers and those weapons were pretty good. Maxine was great. And obviously everyone loves light tubes.
Oh, yes. Sometimes to a little too extent, but the light
Yeah.
tubes are good. Well, Carver, we're going to steer from the wrestling and go to some of my favorite out of pocket questions. I got to know, what is your favorite kind of pie?
Pecan. Pecan pie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. A nice good pie. This is a fan submitted question here, Carver. I cannot believe I have to read this out loud. A fan wants to know, does it hang to the left or to the right?
Today it's hanging to the left.
Well, there you go, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Yeah, I can't believe some of these questions I have to read sometimes,
I love
Carver.
it.
It's crazy. But also, we have this one. This is a new question, actually. Carver, I gotta know, what is your favorite flavor of potato chip?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with sour cream and onion.
Any specific brand?
Ooh. I'm pretty happy with any of them, but I'm gonna go with man. I think Pringles.
Hell yeah.
Got a good
I like I
crunch.
like the pizza Pringles.
Yeah. I'll take also cheddar and sour cream. Those are also yeah.
Hell yeah. Nothing beats food. That's why we got Superstar Spotlight here, Carver. It's all about the food and the wrestling.
Damn
And
right.
just like that, we're back to the wrestling. Because I gotta know, who is on your Mount Rushmore of hardcore wrestlers?
Ooh. Are we talking in general or are we talking about the indies?
Anybody.
That's hard if you're talking about anybody.
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore, what is that? Four?
Or people.
Four people. Well, I think this is a gimme, but you gotta put. Oh, I don't know. Oh. First on the rip is Marcus Crane. Fucking Marcus. Like, he is someone who I think, like a lot of greats that die before their time, they don't get the recognition they deserve until they're already gone you know, and I think he's someone that people looked at and was like, because he was willing to do anything, you know, for the love of the game, for the love of death
Oh, yeah.
matches. Um, so Marcus is up there. That's a personal one. Um, you got to go with Mick Foley, right? Like Cactus
Oh, yeah.
Jack. He is, you know, the godfather of it all in some degree. Which then leads to Terry Funk. Terry Funk. That's oh man, that's so hard.
That leaves you with one.
I need one more, and it's so hard because there's so many. I think. Oh man, there's so many good people that deserve to be on that mountain. You know what?
Just think.
I'm gonna take a line from I think it might have been Paul Heyman. Um, I'm gonna go Marcus Crane. I'm gonna go Mick Foley. I'm gonna go um
Terry Funk, you said that one earlier.
not Terry Funk. I'm thinking. Hold on. Mickey Knuckles. Uh, I think she's one of the people that deserves their flowers. Um, and then God, and I want to say Pondo. I think Pondo doesn't get the recognition that he deserves too. But in saying all that, Terry Funk is the mountain himself.
I like that.
He is the whole mountain that holds those people up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think, and then with Pondo, I think I love Pondo. I've stayed in hotels. I've ate IHOP with that dude. Always cool. Always appreciative. I think also we could go with Sick Nick Mondo.
Hell
Sick
yeah.
Nick
He's a
Mondo.
great guy.
I think he might also be. We can flip both those guys in and out because Sick Nick also was one of the guys that I used to watch when I first started watching indie wrestling.
Hell yeah. And
Yeah.
speaking of Pondo, I actually was just talking to him today. I'll be having Madman Pondo on pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I got some crazy names coming up, Carver. It starts with you, and the rest is it'll be announced. But Pondo,
You
a
don't
lot of
want
people do know.
you don't want people to know just yet.
Just yet, yeah. But Pondo, I did tell some people, and a lot of people are very excited about that. That's a
I
big
think
one.
that
He's a freaking legend.
he's a legend. I think there's a handful of people that I think don't get the recognition in the sense of like you look as like again Mickey Knuckles, her and Lufisto were like some of the original deathmatch women, and Mickey's been around for forever, and people don't realize Mickey's done a lot of stuff. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and to do it in a again some people say a male centric world is a lot. And then you look at Pondo, where with Pondo he's been around. I mean, you got to remember those backyard video games.
Yeah, he was in one of them.
He was in one of them, and he helped a lot of guys get over to Japan, and also the man's lost so much weight, and he's rejuvenized his career with that second leg. So
Literally.
him, and then again, shout out to the OG Neil Diamond Cutter. You know, like he doesn't get enough respect, I think, for everything he's been through, what he's done, the the things he's continuing to do, and the amount of work he still puts in. You know, shout out to the
Oh
OG.
hell yeah, we love
OG
us some Neil
Prince.
Diamond Cutter. And speaking of legends like those, your Mickeys, your Pondos, your Neils, I gotta know, Carver, what are some of your favorite death matches that you've done so far?
I have I think I have a top three.
Go for it.
I think I have a top maybe. I don't know. It's so hard. Um, the the number three spot could be changed in and out. It's either the Southern Sickness match that got the ball rolling. It was good. It was fun. Got people started wondering about me. Then also, and this might be the number three. That's gonna be honorable mention. Number three would be the finals of Prince to Death. I think that was lightning in a bottle. I don't think if me and Jack wanted to. I think me and Jack talked about it once about rerunning it back when I was wrestling, about doing one more just to, just to see, but it never happened. But that got me, that put me on the spot. That's what got me to places like ICW and stuff like that. But that's number three, I think. And then one and two again can flip in and out, but it's so hard. But these are the two matches that I take pride in, but also it's what people talk about the most. These are the two that I think if people ask for a Carver match to watch, especially in the death match section of it, me versus Cruel. That match everyone wanted to see. And then I think number one would be the first versus last, the Alpha versus the Omega in the Dream Eater death match, me versus Neil Diamond Cutter. That's the match that I can hang my hat on as one of my favorite matches in general, my best death match, and a match that after it was done, people were saying and tweeting and all this stuff that it was death match of the year. And that's a big.
And it was. That, hey, to me, that freaking wasn't. You and Neil absolutely burned the barn down in freaking Illinois.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like people say like that was death match of the year. I was like, that's wild, and I will take that because we went all out. I mean, it was an emotional match, and we did everything. And I did things that I would never usually do, or would not take. But it was one of those things where I was like, well, it's a Marcus Crane Dream Eater death match. I was like, these are the weapons he used, other than the pigeon spikes.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, we did everything else. So it was yeah. That's probably my number one death match. of
Well,
mine.
hell yeah. Well, now we're gonna talk about a dream death match here, Carver. You are a horror character, so I gotta know, and so do the fans, because this is a fan submitted question here. If you could fight any horror character in a death match, who would you want to wrestle?
uh, I mean, I think the go-to that everyone would say is Leatherface, right?
Oh yeah,
That's the guy that's like, well, obviously you know why. Which then also can segue into there was Leatherfaces in wrestling, and
yeah. I was about to say a lot of people thought at freaking H2O and Tremont fought Onita that you were Chainsaw Tony, the FMW legend.
I was my phone was blown up that night. I was sitting at home. I was like, "What's going on?" Everyone was, and you were one of them. Like, yo, people like chanting Carver, and people were like thinking like you were out there. I was like, oh man. I was
Literally.
I'm like that's crazy. Like, uh, I then started talking not to Chainsaw Tony, but to uh not the OG Leatherface from FMW, but IWA Japan Leatherface, the second incarnation of him.
Okay.
We talked on Instagram, and he had like given me like his blessing to carry on the legacy at the time. And my original idea was to tour. I was gonna fly and do a world tour as American Leather and go and do that, but it never came to fruition. I was gonna do horror monsters. I'd wrestle in deathmatch. I think Freddy Krueger would also be another one. Who wouldn't want Freddy Krueger, right?
No, yeah.
So
That's
those,
another one that you could also like. There were a bunch of wrestling Freddies.
there was, and I got to actually technically. Actually, you know what? I did get to wrestle. I did. You know
You
what?
did,
I
yeah.
I did get to wrestle the original Freddy Krueger and Crypt Keeper at IWA or not IWA ICW.
Yeah, I was about
The
that was your debut too, I believe.
Was it? No, no, it was. It was my second match. First one was against Satu
It
Jin
was Satu in the pit.
in the
Yeah.
pit. Yeah, shout out to Satu.
Oh yes, we love us some. That's another person we absolutely love in this household. But I'm looking at this six-way: Tank, Crazy Sheik, Crypt the Keeper, Danny, Nightmare Freddy, and you
Yeah, yeah.
in a monster murder house death match. You got any crazy stories from that one?
Uh, I almost wasn't able to make the show due to a flight delay.
Oh damn!
Yeah. Me getting into ICW, No Holds Barred was kind of how it worked out was kind of weird. Was I had one Prince, Danny not messaged me, but like put out a tweet telling people like, well, if you want to try and get on ICW, you know, you can try and message me. And I think he was being like sarcastic to people because I think at the time people were like blowing up his phone.
Oh yeah.
But I sent it to him. I was like, hey man, I want to do it, and he actually replied to me, and he's like, cool, and he put me on against Satu, which very proud of that pit match. People were cheering for me afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Danny then was posting the show and who he's bringing in, which is Nightmare Freddy and Crypt Keeper and stuff like that. And I had made a tweet being like, "It's good to see the OG monsters still wrestling. Makes my dead heart grow." And Danny messaged me, he goes, "You want part of this? You want to do this?" And I go, "Fuck yeah!" So he booked me in that match. I don't know if he'd already was planning on booking me, but or just Danny being Danny and being like, fuck it. So I was booked for that. I was pumped to wrestle like, original FMW IWA Japan guys.
Oh yeah.
Was flying out, and there were massive delays, hour delays. It got to the point where it was going to be down to the wire, And I remember getting dressed in the airport and putting on my entire attire except the mask, knee brace, everything, and boots. And I flew into Florida in full Carver outfit, other than the mask. Got a car, rented one, and zoomed there. Um, got there in time. Still had like a couple of matches before ours. Um, and then we just, we put it together pretty quick. Um, I let Danny hit me in the head like 3 or 5 times, unprotected chair shots, because I said, fuck it. I was like, fucking bring it.
Oh yeah.
Got to have a sit down talk with the Sheik, I think, from Japan. He was telling me some stuff. And then finally, I actually drove Nightmare Freddy, aka the original Freddy Krueger from FMW, fucking wrestling legend, fucking Doug Gilbert. I got to drive him after the show to his airport or to the hotel, and we just talked wrestling and psychology, and he was telling me how those monsters came to be for wrestling in the time period, and it was crazy. It's one of those things funny in the sense of like, what life are we living?
Oh yeah. I love moments like that in wrestling.
Yeah.
But also, I gotta now bring it up. I'm sure you've been waiting for this one. I talked about it earlier. Good old Mid-Death Pro. One of it was
R.I.P.
first all you. Yes, no, that's a big RIP. It started with you, and it ended with me. I love saying it like that, but I gotta know, Carver, which of the Mid-Death Pro shows were your favorite?
Oh, that's tough. Again, Mid Death was here for a good time, not a long
It
time.
was so much fun.
I still get asked about it by fans and by the boys, and I just tell them like it's done. Technically, the last one or two wasn't even ran by me. I let other people do it. I was like, fuck it, yeah. Uh, I would have to say the original was really good. The first one, I think everyone. You remember your first time?
Oh yeah.
We packed out Boggs. We were over capacity. Um, it was a whole new thing to bring to Iowa that no one had ever seen. Um, and it was supposed to be a one and done. I was only going to do the one show. But then it just kind of snowballed into being like, okay, I'll do two, or I'll do, every other month. And then it turned into, I'll do it every month. And then it was about to be turned into like, we'll do it multiple times a month. And it burned me out pretty hard, pretty quick. It was like a firework.
Oh yeah.
But I would have to say the original was my favorite, probably. Um, the first one, I want to say it was the first one in Omaha. That one was pretty cool. That one was pretty special. And then maybe Vegas. Vegas was fun.
Hell yeah.
There was a lot that happened in Vegas, but yeah,
He'll stay in Vegas.
it'll stay in Vegas. Yeah. I think the original one in Iowa, the original one in Omaha. And obviously the crowning achievement of the entire thing was bringing you into the fold, Dewdrop.
Thank you, buddy. I tell everyone. Everyone's like, "Oh, who was the guy? Where? Who?" And I'm like, "Dude, Carver. I can't think anyone else." Like,
yeah, like it was legit. Like, because originally I was booking the show, running the show, doing the graphics, and editing and putting out the shows, the matches. It was all me. And then you were like, I can do graphics. And I was like, all right, I'll let you do graphics.
Still doing them.
And then you're also like, hey, I'm not gonna do your
Hey!
There it goes. You're like, can I ring announce? And I go, you know what? Yeah. I would love to see the hot dog ring announce. Let's fucking do it.
And everyone, and you know what? I was over like fucking Rover that day.
It was one of those things where like you fit the vibe of that type of show.
Oh
So
yeah,
it worked because originally it was done by Captain Midnight, was a guy, a friend of mine, which he was doing a captain gimmick, as the ring
yeah,
announcer. So from that to then the hot dog, I think it was cool. I think I wanted to lean more into like that stuff, but like more gimmicky stuff. But then just the way the boys wanted to death match so much, you
oh
were there.
yeah,
I would tell them. I tell them like mid death does not have to be death matches if you don't want it to be. You can just go and do comedy the whole time. You can go and do a Matt classic with with no ring. Make it different. But
oh yeah.
a lot of the boys just wanted to go out there and bleed.
And hey, that's what everyone did that Infinite Night in Omaha. That was
Yeah,
a wild time. I had so much fun working with Mid Death.
yeah,
I miss it.
yeah. Bring
But
it
I
back.
also maybe,
Bring it back.
maybe
You do
we'll
it.
see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. I know a lot of people because you know me. I send crazy fantasy booked graphics.
Oh, all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm all about I'm like one day it will happen. And it will be it. That show will be a chef's kiss and a day to remember too. Because oh man.
what was the one? It was gonna be like Dewey's hardcore Hanukkah.
Yes, sir! The Hanukkah special! Yeah, I gotta send you the one I did this year after this goes off the air. I
I
did another crazy fucking holiday special this year.
I really wanted to do a tournament. I posted about it on my Facebook about it was going to be called the Pure Chaos Tournament, which was going to be 2 brackets. And just because I'd never seen it done, I don't think anyone's will do it. Is a deathmatch bracket and then a pure wrestling bracket, and then
I remember we talked about
yeah,
this,
and then it
yeah.
leads to the finals being the deathmatch guy versus the pure wrestling guy, and like see how that
We gotta
works.
fucking, yeah, I
Yeah,
love it. Well, I also gotta know, Carver, any cool interests outside of pro wrestling?
cool interest. Um, horror movies, horror. Who would have guessed? Uh, it'd be more funny if I was like, actually, I hate horror. This just,
I like a good Adam Sandler film.
yeah, like that's why I was surprised you all. I'm actually really into My Little Pony. I hate heart. I hate blood. I hate.
Well,
uh,
that'll bring me to this. I was gonna say, do you got any interests or?
I just, I am such a regular human now that I just, I
Yeah,
focus
I
on
do know you.
my businesses outside of wrestling now.
I should have put your business at the spot. You know what? I'll make sure to tag your business
There,
when
there
this
we go.
gets
Yeah, because
uploaded.
that's gonna I'm gonna get a lot of business.
I
Well, you
fucking
live
got you, dog.
you live in Iowa now. You can.
I do. I can plug you. I got you. Traveling businessman, that Carver. But
Hell
also,
yeah.
I gotta now know then, Carver. What's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Ooh. Oh man. Um, my favorite horror movie of all
We're
time.
also we're also down to the last 3 questions. I forgot to mention that too.
Ooh, we're
I
down
know,
getting
right?
pretty. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I want to say it's one of, if not the first one I've ever seen. It might be the OG Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street. It might be, or I have such vague memories of going to a friend's birthday party when I was so young, and a bunch of kids were upstairs watching Freddy Krueger movie, but I didn't even know what it was at the time. It was the boiler scene where the girl is like walking, the night scene, and Freddy's like stalking her. I remember that. I remember the first remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Saw in the movies with my family when I was a kid too. So those might be my favorite. Just nostalgia. Those might be my favorites. Those
Oh
two.
yeah.
There's also this. There's this one. It's actually, I think not a lot of people talk about it. Again, as a child, it scared the crap out of me. It made me not want to turn the lights off. It was called, I believe, it was called Darkness Falls. Um, God, I think it's called Darkness Falls. It's about like they called it like the Tooth Fairy, but it's like this like horror thing. Lights turn off, like this like monster would come in at night, like scary one with a mask. Yeah, no, not my favorite, but just something I just remember so hard. Yeah, think, think. Could be called. I could be wrong there, but Freddy, original Nightmare on Elm Street, and uh, the Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. But actually, my favorite though is the OG Leatherface. Let's be real.
I love
OG
it.
OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I feel like that was a big inspiration too to the character of the
Oh,
Carver.
the biggest inspirations for the Carver was obviously Leatherface. I mean, it'd be dumb for me to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Uh, Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and actually House of a Thousand Corpses, the Rob Zombie, yeah, House of a Thousand
Chef's
Corpses,
kiss.
yeah. Because then there was the other ones. There was what was it? I know there was like two others, but like House of a Thousand Corpses was the original
That's
one.
like the one.
That was kind of the idea for originally was some of that blended in.
Oh yeah. Well, I also got to know, Carver. We got the movie question out of the way. Now we got to talk about music. If you could book your dream concert lineup, 3 to 4 bands or artists, you got anyone on the table, dead or alive, what would the lineup be?
Oh man, that's good. It would be so, if this is just my dream concert, I'm not booking it for profit or like I'm not gonna like I'm gonna draw so much money with this. But it's just my like it would just be this most all over the place thing. Uh I think Slipknot would be one. Or Rob Zombie actually. Slipknot, Rob
Throw them
Zombie.
both on
Let's
there.
put both on there. I've seen both of them. Obviously they're both amazing. Um Love Hot Mulligan. Um,
That's being used. What? That's like one of our biggest bonds right there. Is that fucking band?
love Hot Mulligan. Um, when I was younger, I loved. I could still probably, if I listened to him, I'd still enjoy his Newfound Glory. Um, and then I know there's probably some bands where I'm like, oh, I really would like that. But I think another one though, which will completely throw off the whole lineup, because with the ones I just said, you could probably put them all together. It might not work great, but you could probably flow a little bit. But the one I'm gonna throw a crush is Dead Band, technically not, but the OG lineup of The Temptations. Give me the
Okay, Carver, I see you.
Give me the Temptations. Give me My Girl, and
Yeah, girl.
give me.
I love that. And then
I
before I forget,
I love the Temptations. They are one of my favorites.
I like that. Little known Carver fact: he's a Temptations fan. Give him a little. I love it. Well, second to last question, Carver. You've been doing the damn thing for 13 plus years. I gotta know. What's your favorite on the road snack and beverage combo? What are some things you always had on the road with you at all time to keep you nutrished?
My go-to for years, especially when driving home, was a family size thing of Starburst, the big pack, the big not the bag, but the long stick,
Oh yeah.
and a liter of Dr Pepper. That was usually my two go-tos when it came to like snacks, because I just popping those suckers while
Oh my
driving.
god, that just made me think at your Halloween party, me eating all the red starbursts.
Yeah, those like my two go-to right there. Obviously, I love me a good slice of pizza or burger from a gas station. No, take that back. Pizza or some tornadoes or
I was
taquitos.
gonna say gas station burgers are very hit or miss.
Quick
And
Start got
if
a
it,
banger, I feel. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's another one I want to get a sponsor of. Give me a quick start sponsorship, god damn it.
those like taquitos / tornadoes are always go
Oh
to.
yeah.
Um, but those are like the ones that I had to go to gas station. If I was gonna get like like after meal though, or like or restaurant, not restaurant,
Oh
but fast
yeah.
food
Like a
place.
fast food.
Oh, I miss it to this day. It's only in the South when I lived in the Carolinas. Cookout. Oh,
Oh yeah. A
give
lot of people put cookout over very heavy.
give me Cookout. It's the best. You can get whatever you want there. Drinks and shakes. You can get chicken wraps and quesadillas
They
and
got they
burgers.
got everything, and it's like you can get it all for like $10.
Dude, back in the day, it was like $8 for a tray. That was what all the wrestlers lived off of, was Cookout.
I
That's
love that.
I miss Cook. I love Cookout. Oh,
I also forgot to ask, because you know me, I work in the pizza field. I gotta know, Carver, what's your perfect pizza?
perfect pizza.
This is before we get to the last question, too.
This is the last question. Pizza. Um, I would have to go. I'm a basic boy when it comes to it. I love me a good pepperoni pizza, but if I can get a pepperoni stuffed crust, I'll be very happy. And then I think it's either that or a Casey's taco pizza. I love
Okay.
I love Casey's taco. I love Casey's pizza, but like, people that know, like I'm an Iowa boy, so like I was raised on Casey's.
Me and
So
Carver both.
yeah,
Iowa boys, represent. But well, Carver, we are down to the last question. I am actually very looking forward to asking you this question. I gotta know, and so does the deathmatch community. The Carver of Cutter's Alley. What is your favorite kind of soup? The whole reason we have this podcast. Superstar Spotlight.
I should have thought about that. I should have saw the connections. My favorite kind of soup. God, that's
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big soup guy. Like
Okay. Well,
uh,
we have a backup question for the not big soup guys.
you can give me the backup, but I will say there is one. Like if it's there, I'll like okay, all right. Is if it's at, like usually it's at a restaurant and it's like they're special, and I'm like, all right, I'll I'll take that. I'm never buying soup from the grocery store, but if we're at a restaurant and they're like, oh well, this comes with the soup. Which one would you like? If they have the Mexican like fiesta soup, like the
Oh, you're a
chicken with
chicken tortilla guy.
there it is, chicken tortilla with the
Oh
crunchy
yeah.
bits. That's if I'm gonna get a soup, that's the soup. It got
Well,
the
there
chicken, it
you
got the
go.
beans, it got everything you need.
I
Everything.
love that. We don't even have to ask the backup question after you just put over chicken tortilla soup like that. That was perfect. Well, Carver, we've hit the end. This is the part. If you have any socials to plug, merch plugs, anything you want to tell the fans, all that good stuff.
Oh man, I mean again, like I'm out of the game now. This is probably going to be the first time, the last time you'll ever hear me, at least with this on my face. Um, I do technically still have a merch website with brainbusters.com or whatever. If you want to get a t-shirt, go there, get a t-shirt. I
I'll
mean,
make sure to plug it.
I literally got someone randomly bought one during the Black Friday sale, and I was like, oh wow. I was gonna put out one last shirt this Halloween just to be like, hey everyone, last one I'll ever do. But again, life got busy.
Yeah.
Life got busy. If you want to check me out on things, cool. Find me on Twitter and Instagram. Again, though, people, I don't post no more. I'm done. I don't. Dewey will tell you I don't post on anything other than my personal Facebook, which I'm slowly cleansing of all wrestling fans. Sorry, it's become more personal. I have a business. If you want to go follow it, it's called Victory Cleaning in Iowa. Again, that's my business. It's what I do for a living. It's I make good money. Go give me a review and give me 5 stars and help me out with that. But in all reality, thanks to everyone that ever supported me. Thanks to everyone that wanted to come see me, spend money, all that. I appreciate it. Uh, Maybe one day, and if it does happen, Dewey will plug it. I might start streaming.
Oh,
Maybe,
hell yeah.
if there's enough interest from this videos of these clips, maybe that'll segue me. You'll get Carver on Twitch or on YouTube video. Tell me what you would like to see me do. Who knows? With all the free time I do got, maybe I'll review old matches of mine or old death matches or wrestling in general, horror stuff. I'll review and talk to everyone. Play some video games.
Carver plays
the Carver.
Minecraft.
I'll call it something fun. I don't know, the cutting room floor.
Ooh,
Carver. Hang out with Carver on the cutting room floor.
I love it.
Yeah, there we go. Just spitballing. Uh, if you want to see that, let me know. Maybe I'll start up a little thing so guys can see me more. You can hear my beautiful, beautiful voice that was being withheld from all of you.
I know, right? But Carver, you got anything else before we wrap it up?
I think that is it. Like I said, thank you everyone that supported me. Thank all the promoters that booked me. I'll be remiss if I don't shout out guys. It's always back in my mind, like Bloodstorm Pro. Shout out to Eric, Mother Endless. Those guys were always top notch. Go support them if you can. If once they come back, I know they'll come back. Go support the scene. I know right now death matches might not be as popular as they used to be. Maybe that bubble's popped a little bit. Who knows? I'm not. I'm out of the scene, so I don't know as much. But I know ICW is doing their last shows, I believe. So go support them. Go support every company you can go to. That's what keeps wrestling alive. That's what keeps the fans going, or keeps the boys going.
Absolutely.
Get me going. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Well then, for the Carver of Cutter's Alley, I'm Dewey the Hot Dog. We're gonna put an X to this one. Deathmatch United, soups, death matches, and all good things in between. And I'll catch you on the next one.